So I think Joe Mazzulla has way much more of a bigger impact on the Boston Celtics than Mike Vrabel does on the Patriots. Not saying Mike Vrabel isn't a good coach. He's a fantastic coach. I think Joe Mazzulla has just had a much bigger impact on the Celtics' success than Mike Vrabel has on the Patriots' success.
And I'll agree with you that I think like Drake May did help elevate that roster. Like it wasn't that good of a roster. But I think when it came into like any coaching situation, like he was nails. Like when it came down to situation of football, he was nails. Like when it came to the game planning, he was nails in a lot of those games, like the pregame stuff.
I think that the only reason Drake May stepped up the way he did is because he was taking after Mike Vrabel.
Well, if you're gonna go to coaching,
he was heavily influenced by Mike Vrabel, and that's actually been proved.
More of his, well, then it comes down to if you're gonna say Drake May was coaching, I think you give more of the coaching for Drake May too.
I'm not saying that he was coaching.
No, but if you're gonna give like, okay, the way he improved is because like the way he made the leap was because of coaching. I think you have to give the coaching a lot to Josh McDaniels and the quarterback coach. It's not Todd McShay. That's the wide receiver coach. I'll look it up. It's not Todd McShay is the wide receiver coach.
I think Drake May also took after Stephon Diggs in like a leadership role. But if you want to argue the rookie roster and everything like that, you could make that argument for Vrabel too.
Fair.
Henderson, not David, Craig Woodson, Will Campbell,
Chisholm
didn't really. I mean, Chisholm, Williams, like did they really? Jalen Pope got a touchdown last year.
My point being is that they both had young teams. Argumentably,
they both have really helped young talent grow.
I just think that coaching-wise, I think Mike Vrabel is better.
And then I think it also comes down to what's more important in like the NFL. Like where is coaching more important, the NBA or the NFL?
NFL.
I would lean the NFL as well. I mean, LeBron James was winning games in Cleveland like despite Ty Lue in 2018. Like despite his coaching, he was winning points.
It's easier to get points in basketball than it is.
Yeah, it's easy to get points, and I mean, I think there's more.
But then again, it is two completely different games.
Yeah, so it's tough to compare. You're comparing apples
can't really
to oranges
compare.
Here.
Yeah.
I just think ultimately like because of the
hamburgers.
I think because of the situation Vrabel inherited, you got to give the nod to Vrabel as the best coach in Boston. And he goes all the way to he goes to the Super Bowl, he loses. Maybe you want to bring up the cookie cutter schedule. At the end of the day, a win's a win. I think if Joe were to go to the finals this year, I think I would lean Joe. I think that's really what it comes down to is we're in the middle of the season.
That was my last point too, is that I feel like if people, obviously were to jump the gun on Vrabel easily, they could easily bring up, oh, well, Mike Vrabel made the Super Bowl. Mind you, the Celtics season isn't even over yet. We're just over halfway through. So what if Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics end up making the finals? Okay, well, now we have a different argument where they both made the finals. Your Super Bowl argument is no longer invalid. I think the Celtics would have a better argument going to the finals than Vrabel would going to the Super Bowl, because if you want me to play devil's advocate with the whole cookie-cutter schedule, you could statistically then say, well, Mike Vrabel made the Super Bowl because of that easy schedule. Whereas in the NBA, you play every single team at least twice. You play every single person twice, and you still made the NBA Finals. So if Joe Mazzulla makes it to the finals, you can no longer use that Super Bowl argument against Joe Mazzulla. Joe Mazzulla now has that over you. And so if the Celtics were to go to the NBA Finals, I genuinely think it's a much clearer choice that Joe Mazzulla is a better coach than Vrabel.
And, that's why it's called the big debate, because you could get me to sway either way here.
I want to bring this up at work.
But again, ultimately, Vrabel wins 2-1, Josh. That's a great thing why we have an odd number. So last week, the Summer Olympics won. This week, Mike Vrabel wins.
Oh, Summer Olympics won?
Winter Olympics won.
Yeah,
last week. Vrabel wins this week, and this might be one we bring back in 6 months before the NFL season starts.
I would gladly like to bring this up after the NBA season has concluded.
I think it is tough because it is mid-season. You don't know how Joe's going to finish up the year, but he has, again, hand-up accountability. Joe Mazzulla has shocked me this year.
Look in the camera and apologize to him.
Joe Mazzulla has completely shocked me this season. I thought he was a Tatum merchant. I thought he was going to struggle. It took him a while to figure out what worked for this team, but he's figured it out. He's got Hugo Gonzalez, Neemias Cater, and Jordan Walsh all in like top 10 of like defensive rating in the league this year. So he's really doing outstanding things as a head coach.